Hey, everybody. Welcome to PR Tacos Palace and
Margarita Bar.
I'm host John Chaney.
Pat LoBianco.
So we're here with the Breakdown Live. Going to go over a little NAL. Normally I would say the Predators, but we're out of it.
Yeah, unfortunately this right now.
I'm a little sad. So we'll say the NAL. We're going to talk about the NAL a little bit. Two pretty awesome games. The first one we're going to start with, though, is we're going to go to the Columbus Lions and the Carolina Cobras. Now, the score is not indicative of the game in reality because there was multiple onside kicks.
Oh my, yeah. Towards the end there, it was
actually, they did them in between, and they, when you kick an onside, hits the guy, you get it. They score, they kicked it onside, and you got it. 14 points in NAL. You know how tough that is.
That's tough to come back from. It really is.
Yeah, so that changed really quickly. John, I think we have some clips. We're going to play a couple clips from that game and show you actually the little exchange right there. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so you see how he kicked off, and it hit the player, came back, and boom, next play, bomb, touchdown. In NAL, it's as quick as that.
That was like the way on that onside kick, the way he kicked it, I don't think that player was even ready for it because it hit him right in the chest, and it bounced right back to a Carolina player. It was like perfectly planned out.
And then what happened is Columbus tried it, and then you see he gets to the 1 yard line. And that's a quick 14-point flip there. And in the NAL, it's just hard when you get down by 14. It seems like you're always chasing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're always chasing.
That game was a lot closer than the final score. Yep. It really was. And it ended up, the turning point was that onside kick that Columbus did that popped it up in the air and gave them, Carolina a chance to get it. To where Carolina, when they did it,
so the final score of that game was 65-51, okay? The Carolina Cobras were 9-5 going into the game.
Yes.
And the Lions were
they
7-5.
7-5.
7-5. Yep, absolutely. So that was pretty awesome. Congratulations to both teams making the playoffs, doing a great job. I mean, they gave a good show. Let's break down let's talk about the quarterbacks. Actually, Bain had 244 yards passing for Carolina, okay? But for Columbus, they had Espinozo, and Espinozo had 229 yards passing.
Yeah, so they were pretty equal.
It was, as far as stats-wise, besides those plays right there, it was pretty close the whole game. But it's tough. You're chasing it every time. When you get down by 14, especially, as John always says, before half, if you're down by 14 and you don't get the ball, blah, 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 blah.
You got to stop them on defense. You can't let them score.
Yeah.
You got to take that advantage away from them.
But kudos to the Carolina Cobras for going up and making the playoffs.
Without a doubt.
And actually the finals. What we'll do is let's switch over. We'll talk about the Albany game. If I'm talking enjoyable. If you go on YouTube right now, if you guys haven't seen it, and watch the last 5 minutes of the Albany and Jacksonville game, and you're going to be flipping out.
Yeah, that game, that
just watch the last 5 minutes
was amazing.
Score. Onside kick, score, deuce, and basically the deuce won the game.
Deuce won the game. Exactly
won the game for them. It was so cool that they scored. They kicked the extra point. They kicked the deuce with a minute left, and then Jacksonville had to go down and score. They kicked an onside kick. It was pretty amazing to see that. Basically the way the whole thing played out. But if you like football and you like real excitement, I'm talking about 90 miles an hour, you watch the last 5 minutes of that, you just punch it in and look it up. And I can't even talk anymore because I think I see one of the most famous players in the NAL, Herky Walls.
We got Herky Walls in
Is
the
that
house
Herky
tonight?
Walls there? Is
Oh
that,
my
that
God,
is Herky Walls?
is in the house.
Damn. What up?
Well, they say number 22
Herky
in
Walls
your
is in the
program,
house.
number 1 in your heart, Herky Walls. Good deal.
Oh, we'll pause it now.
The
You better
Reverend
turn this
Herky
mic
Walls.
up right here. We got to bring in Herky Walls.
Check. You better turn that mic up.
Come on, you can come right in.
I'll let you slide.
See how unexpected? You never know.
Thank you, sir.
Hop right in.
All good?
All good,
All
buddy.
good, man.
Come
Good
on.
to see you, man.
Sit down.
Man, I want to get something to eat, man.
You thought you wanted to get something to eat.
Hand me a napkin over there, John.
Oh,
I'm kind of sweating over here,
you're
bro.
sweating. You'll be all right.
Everything good?
Yeah, you're gonna put this mic to your mouth.
what he's
Now,
sweating.
these
He's sweating being on it.
mics I got, they're a little different than my last one. Bring it up to your lips so like everybody can hear you. You'll notice a difference with it.
Okay. Yes, sir.
This is Herky Walls.
This
sir,
is the
Scott.
Herky
Watch out,
Walls
watch
right there
out.
in the house.
Everything good?
Everything's good, man. It's great to see you here, man.
Good to say, man.
So,
It's a pleasure.
now that before everybody thought about you at football, but me now I think of you as the Orlando Preds Football Foundation.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us a little bit about
It's
it?
going wonderful, Orlando Predators Football Foundation. I just want to let all of you know we're going to do something huge this fall. We're going to get back into the schools, Herky's Heroes.
Herky's Heroes.
Heroes.
And we're going to go to the local schools and go in there and try to help these kids become better. We're going to do an empathy challenge. As you know, these kids are getting a lot of hard times. Yeah.
Yeah, we need them to get back to
we
what
just want them
we
to get
used to
back.
remember.
Yes, sir, John.
Right?
Hey, back to when you respect people.
That's
Exactly,
right.
yeah.
Just respect.
And
so I look
everybody.
everyone. I mean, it
Everybody.
doesn't matter.
I don't care if he's laying in the gutter on the street
Just respect.
or he's wearing a suit driving a limo.
That's right. So that's what I'm looking forward to do. Other than that, how y'all been?
Good. I mean, I don't know. We were just getting into talking about the Albany game. The last 5 minutes was insane. I said, I wish everybody could just go on and put the last 5 minutes. If they're not into that, they don't like football.
You're talking about Albany and Jacksonville.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm so glad y'all brought this. Can I say something?
Yeah,
You can say whatever you
we're
want,
right
brother.
now talking about it.
Okay. Jacksonville, I know Cy Burley. Jacksonville, where I think they lost the game, was before the fourth quarter. It was right before halftime. Jacksonville had the ball. They were like on the 1 yard line, but there was a little bit under a minute left. They were trying to stall to keep the ball away from Albany. In arena football, for those of you who don't know the game, any opportunity you can score, you score.
Let's go.
You just score.
And they score. You score again.
Thank you. Thank you. So the final score,
Oh, yeah.
but we'll talk about the fourth quarter. But listen, to all you who don't know the game, that was a real, true arena football game.
Without
It was
doubt.
the last team that had the ball won.
One. Yes.
Now, but in that case, they didn't because Jacksonville had it.
Yes.
But that 2 point,
Oh, was that beautiful?
that 2 point, I know I'm
That
I'm
9.
giving it-
7 and 2.
Yes, sir. That hurt. That hurt. But I like that rule, but I don't like
All
that
right,
rule.
so I'm going to go on another thing. Do you think they should have kicked an onside kick with 1 minute left?
Absolutely not.
No.
There you go, Johnny boy.
Yeah, you should have done it.
We
Absolutely
disagree so much.
not.
And I want to tell you, we did it.
Look,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
John.
well, we're not
don't-
gonna go back.
John, I don't even want to talk about it.
Why you
Don't-
wanna
But,
bring why you
hey,
wanna bring
we
up
did
stuff?
it. We shouldn't have done it.
Why you gotta
Well,
bring
I
up
want
stuff?
1 minute left because really in
1 minute is
a
3
lot.
minutes. Come on, John. Come on.
in the NFL, it's a lot of time.
That's right.
Especially
This is nice.
especially the last 1 minute. You have timeouts, right?
Yes.
Plus, they stop the clock. So that 1 minute, we could score literally. I think I've seen over 4 touchdowns in the last minute. Right?
Okay, I'm going to go back in the day. You remember the
so
Miracle Minute?
Is there a record?
I do. You know
in
that.
the last 1 minute?
There is. We did it back in 92, I believe, the Miracle Minute up in Detroit. And we scored, I believe, I could be wrong.
Between the two teams.
3 touchdowns. No, we personally. The Orlando Predators, we scored
Orlando
3
Predators.
touchdowns under a minute. That's why this game called Arena Football, if you've never seen it, you need to come out. It is exciting.
All right. And I like when they kicked an onside kick and I watched it, I was like, that's not good.
No.
That's not good. And I don't, you know what I talk about when a coach gets tunnel vision, when he's playing and he's focused, but when he watches it on film the next day, he goes, why'd I do that? Why'd I do that?
John, why did I do that?
Yeah, you're focused. But that's why you have assistant coaches.
Yes.
Say, hey,
don't
remember,
do that.
Kick it deep. We could score 2 touchdowns in a minute.
And watch. And the defense that the Predators had in 2022, they could have stopped them.
We were the best defense in the league.
Absolutely.
I believe
Without a
it.
doubt. Best defense.
I believe it.
I know we're talking about Albany and Jacksonville,
But I think we had the best defense in the league.
I
But
believe.
you should be able to maybe stop them, but if you don't, you could score
you
again.
can score. You got to have the mentality of offense.
Yeah.
You score every time you get the ball. That's just how it is.
You got to have that mentality.
That's just how it is.
For sure.
And in a short amount of time.
Yes, sir.
In a
You
short
gotta
amount of time.
You got to have that. You got to have the faith in your defense to stop their offense.
Listen. Yes, defense wins championships, but the offense gets you there.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah. And, me being college and pro, big time, it's a little different in the NAL. You score more often. And the reason is you don't have somebody running full speed when he hits the line.
That's correct.
It's hard to cover him.
That's correct.
I don't care what you do. That's why there's a lot of holding penalties that aren't called. But
listen, that's okay. They're going to hold you.
Yeah.
They're going to. That's part of the game.
to get away with them.
Being an arena football athlete, you have to be extremely unique. You got to be able to forget what happened the play before and move on quickly.
Yeah.
John, quickly.
Yes.
Real quick. The offense has to have a mentality: score.
Yep. You got to have that mentality. You're going to score every time you touch that ball.
Every time.
Every time.
And can I say this?
Yes. We could say anything on the. I say anything to the league too, because
John,
on this, I'm
This
not.
is host.
I'm
Yeah, this
hosting.
is host John Chaney.
Yeah,
I'm
this
not
is
host.
not
No
owner
owner.
right now.
It's not the owner.
Yeah.
This is
Right
host
now, I'm a
John
host.
Chaney.
Okay, well, in the jungle, we don't lose in 2023. Is that fair enough to say?
Oh, you could say. You could say
I just said
It's
it.
a
I
hell of
like
a
it.
prediction.
I like
I'm
it.
just telling you right now, Herky Wall said in 2023, the Predators don't lose in the jungle. John, did I just put pressure on you?
Hey, like my shoulders weren't weighted down enough.
Hey, John, I got you, bro.
I hear
got you, man.
I hear you, man.
You're not going to give him any more gray hairs.
So,
okay.
so John, you want to check it out? So, John, show us a little bit. Erky's never been on the show. Oh, check this out. We're going to see a couple plays now.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, now we get to talk about it. So, this is when they're coming down near the end, okay? There's what, a minute and something?
Now you got minute
They
17.
Score. Minute 17.
Okay.
They score. They go for
Now
2.
they're going for 2.
Yes, they go
Now,
for 2.
They both ran an out. If the inside receiver would have leave it along, the outside receiver, and
Yes.
that would work.
Yeah, they
But
got
you know
their
what that's
2.
called?
You look at
You know
the
what that's
outside
called, y'all?
receiver.
Look, that is no. That's called reps in practice.
Yeah, because he was too close to him.
He was too close.
He was
Yes,
too
sir.
close, first of all.
And if he leaves the ball
he
alone,
was sad that he stuck his arm out.
now watch what this. You got a minute left. Watch what they're going to do.
Onside kick.
Why? Why, John?
No. Yeah.
I don't care if they're up what?
Yeah, kick it down. Let's go.
Let's play defense.
Yeah, let's
Now-
play football, buddy.
now-
Because
Yep, that's what I'm saying about got it paid.
For some reason, I'm watching some of these things when they kick these onside kicks.
Right.
They think that their defense has nothing to do with the game.
Correct. Now, this QB here, pretty good athlete. He's a pretty good
Absolutely.
athlete.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, it's 64-59. They go for 2. Now, that Mac linebacker over there made a huge mistake. Number 9's coming right now. Stay with your guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got to coach that in
Yeah,
practice.
don't worry. He can go back. He can rewind. We
Okay,
can talk
now,
about it.
watch. Go
ahead.
back a little bit more. All the way to the front. All the way to the beginning. Now, watch the Mac linebacker.
Now,
See, hold on.
here. A lot of people don't know.
Okay,
Mac,
great.
Jack,
Okay,
Joe, Steve.
The running back that's in the backfield, watch him. The Mac linebacker is going to cover him. Let it run. The Mac rushes. He fades back. Now he has him in the corner, right? Stay with him. Stay with him.
He loses
But
him,
he
and then
loses
he
him,
runs in to
boom.
get the quarterback. Touchdown.
That's called scramble drill. You have to work on that in
You
practice.
do. And here's the thing. If you do a scramble drill, right, you just by keep doing it that no one's going to come over and take your man that's directly
That's correct.
behind you
That's
because
called-
you have him.
That's called
You
practice.
have him. No one's going to come
No,
there.
no.
But
And-
when
and-
you vacate,
That's right. Now, John, when you see the QB coming your way and he's crossed the line of scrimmage, go up and kiss him in the mouth with your
Yeah.
helmet.
yep,
But
right.
he's still behind the line.
Did I just say kiss him in the mouth?
I think
with
you
his
said
helmet?
kiss.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
you
know what we used to do.
We got enough.
We used to do.
enough flags thrown in the
Yeah.
game. We didn't know anybody was kicking in
So
the
it's
mouth.
59-66 with 39 seconds left. 39 seconds is like 3
And
minutes.
this is beautiful.
This is
This
huge.
guy should get an award for this
Boom.
one.
Now
right
guess
there.
You talk about a
Just
clutch.
there.
Guess what?
That
Clutch
was the
deuce
most
right there.
clenching.
They scored. They went for 2 and got it.
9.
And then they got 2 again.
2 more. Yep.
What would you do? You're down, 9? Under a minute. How'd you win the game?
I'm down by 9.
Well, here you go. They're down by 9. I'll tell you what John's theory is. He feels that you should get maybe 20 yards and then kick a field goal.
To go for
Right?
3.
Kick
Yep,
the field
yep.
goal to get up by 3
Yep.
and then take an onside kick to
go.
try to give yourself a chance.
The only thing I'm concerned about that is that what if you miss it?
Well, I mean, you score a touchdown, it's no good if you don't score fast enough.
True.
Because that's what happened to them.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen.
You want at least a chance to win or tie.
Right.
So just in case anybody doesn't know, John was very emotional going on in this game because he felt like they could have tried to kick a field goal,
Sure.
like go get 10, 20 yards, kick your field goal that normally they make, when they're 20 more yards up, and then you at least have an opportunity. But
Right.
that's not what they chose. They chose to score, but hey,
Once again,
it was a great
I
game.
believe Jacksonville lost the game at halftime. The play before halftime, because they had the ball, the opening kickoff in the third quarter, they drove down and scored.
Yep.
So I would score. Okay, let's say Albany goes and score. They may not, but still I get the ball, I can score again. You take the points
Always.
in arena football.
Always take the points. Don't try
You
to kill the
take
clock.
the points because
Unless you're up by so much at the end of the game, then you run the clock down.
That's
Not
correct.
halftime.
That's correct. Take the points.
So did you like our little thing where we show little
This
plays?
is great.
Cool?
You know what?
Oh, we're going to make this. So all summer long we're doing this. We're doing it the first and third Monday of the month. Anytime you want to come down and talk, we're going to be talking about if anything happens during the league. But
Okay.
we're going to switch to the NFL. And if you know
that'd
any
be great.
college,
That'd be great.
But we're going to talk about, like tonight, we're going to talk about Jaguars playing the Raiders after this. 'Cause
Okay.
that's what we got going
All
on
right.
Thursday.
Well, listen, I just was coming up here to get something to eat, man. I knew
All right.
you were here,
well,
man.
Thanks
You
for
didn't know
coming.
we- you didn't know we were
No, I knew you were here. That's
Okay.
why I came down
He
here.
Right,
came
all
down,
right.
but he didn't know he was going to come
I didn't
on.
know I was going to come on, but hey, listen.
But anytime you come
you
here and you
sure?
want to come on,
I
You should look
appreciate
at this shirt you're wearing. That's
Just
that's
come.
definitely a TV shirt.
Yeah.
That's a nice shirt.
Well, I'm looking for another one of these Predator shirts. That's what I'm looking
I'm
for.
sure
There you
John can
go.
hook you up.
Well, listen, I love y'all.
This is Cycle People TV.
Who's winning the championship?
Yep.
Oh,
Hey,
oh,
who's
who's
this,
your pick?
Oh, this.
So
it's
you
gonna be
have-
Albany.
you got
gonna be
Albany.
Albany,
So you
okay.
Let me
got
tell you.
Albany, Carolina. Your picks,
Albany.
Albany.
It's gonna be
all right. There's Herky's pick. Because I'm 1-1. I picked. I thought Columbus would possibly beat, and then Albany.
Let me tell you why you thought Columbus was going to beat Carolina.
Because
of the thrashing that they did against the Predators.
My butt still hurts. It's red. I haven't healed yet. I got scabies on it.
They got thrashed. Listen, okay, y'all don't even want me to talk about the Predators. Anyway, listen, I love y'all.
Don't
leave yet.
Don't leave yet because I got somebody.
Don't leave yet.
Let's see. What we got here?
Take some calls.
Everybody says, hey Herky. Lonnie Outlaw says, Pred Nation, I need to play wing for a season. And then Lonnie also
Outlaw?
said, yeah, Lonnie said.
Outlaw.
Lonnie,
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me.
What up, Ronnie?
Go ahead and comment
Outlaw,
on that one.
this is what I need for you to do, Outlaw. You need to use your height in the red zone. You can be unstoppable. I would run you on two patterns, the fade and the slant, and I will let the opposing team know this is what we're going to do. You know why? Because that's the type of athlete you can be, but you got to work. You have to work. I'm old school. You practice like you play. You don't practice, you don't play. Did I just say that, John?
I think you did. I think you said it twice.
Are you that type of coach?
I think. Oh,
That's
all
we old school.
Yeah, we're
Lonnie,
old school.
okay, I'm so what? Lonnie, did you get my word? You got to work, bro. You're getting a little bit older. You got to work.
Oh, you're getting a little bit older, Ronnie. But hey, guess what? If we had and I don't want to say it, but listen, you need a quarterback. I'm going to tell you, Ronnie, we need a quarterback to throw it at that height.
Absolutely.
Okay? And then Ronnie will get used to elevating.
John, I can throw.
I hear you.
It ain't the quarterback. Anyway, Lonnie, I hope you do my dance in the end zone, bro, because I will join you.
There you go. That was another thing by Lonnie. He said, Herky, I'll be hitting your dance next season in the end zone. Absolutely. I want to give a shout-out real quick to Milton Magic Staten. He's at home right now recovering from COVID. So, sorry you got COVID. Yeah, Magic.
Milton,
yeah.
I'm praying for you, bro.
Yep.
Milton.
Magic.
Yeah.
And so does Nate Starling.
That's right.
Nate's got,
That's right. Listen, I got
Nate had 103.6, and then he had a 104.
Wow. Hey, both of you, Nate and Milton, drink a lot of water, sleep. Drink a lot of water and sleep, and don't stress out.
Don't stress out.
They can't not stress out. I call him like every 2 hours.
John, leave him alone, John. Leave him alone, John.
I said, Nate, guess what we got now?
Yeah, Lonnie says I agree. Lonnie agrees with you.
I know, Lonnie, I'm old school.
We're good.
We good, Lonnie. I'm old school, but I'm just telling you what I saw this year. What I'm saying is, not just you, Lonnie, the entire team need to take it up. John, am I talking like this?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Well, you told me to come up here.
Yeah, I did. I called you up.
You told me to come up here.
Well, I saw you sitting over there, so we
I call it like I see it.
All right, we weren't holding back. Right. Okay, the last thing before we go to a commercial break, and you can go eat, is Castanova, all right, he had 206 yards for Albany passing, and actually Espinoza had 229 yards
for Columbus.
Wow.
And then, that was cool, but then, look, we still got a bunch. Where's the Jacksonville? So Jacksonville, ready for this one? Nelson, how many yards do you think he had? He beat everybody over the weekend. 353 yards.
Let me tell you.
Passing. He did a great job.
Sia Burley is a great offensive mindset guy. Their quarterbacks, those three quarterbacks that you mentioned, they're solid.
Yeah.
They're just solid.
Very.
They hit the open guy, and this game is so simple. It is simple. Anyway, Predators, it's all going to be all right. You watch 2023.
Let's go. All right, so Johnny boy, Herky, thanks for coming on, and
Yes,
we're gonna throw it to a commercial.
Thank you, John. Appreciate you, man.
To be accepted to Wasm was a surreal experience. Something that I thought was a dream, like, is actually coming true.
Once Wasm gave me the opportunity, I was like, wow. You know, like, wow.
We're trying to build a legacy. We're trying to be the premier school of the Bahamas and the Caribbean.
Finally, somebody gave me that opportunity.
The faculty really do want you to succeed.
It was the most exhilarating feeling in the world.
I'm just so happy to be where I am right now.
I love this school.
Okay, so, all right.
We're back.
We're back. So let's, what we're going to talk about now is, which we've never done before, right?
No.
Right here. We're going to go to the Hall of Fame game, which is Thursday night.
Thursday night, NFL action is back.
Yes, Thursday night, and it's the Jacksonville Jaguars against the
Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, Las Vegas, baby. And I know that is cool. I don't know if you saw the stadium. I was out there in Vegas, went and looked at the stadium.
I just saw
That's
it on TV.
badass.
I just saw it on TV. Which one do you think is better, the Raiders new stadium or the Rams new stadium?
Yeah. Well, I want to tell you,
both.
I did a tour of the Dallas Stadium inside.
Oh.
I'd have to do a tour of everyone to give a 100%, but Dallas Stadium inside, that's pretty badass. I did it. It was friggin' awesome. You know, they have a show, the owner, right, of Dallas, right? He gets elevated through. Only boys are down in the bottom one. He comes up, everybody's hanging out and stuff, and him and his sons get dropped down into the lower one. It's pretty cool, like when he gets serious. I can't be around people. I want to kill somebody. Because, I just spent like how many millions and we're losing this game. We're getting our ass kicked. I don't like it.
No.
And
Never
I want to
lose.
tell you something. There's a lot of things I'm learning as being an owner to how things you're trying to do different and how you look at things, whether it be coaches, players, fan experience. You know, me and Nate, we're trying to think about everything, you know, and we have a lot of great ideas for next year. Bringing on new people in all different positions. It's going to be, I don't even know how to say it, but we'll be talking about it at the end of the year, I promise.
Oh yeah. You know what? Speaking of that, I'm gonna jump over here real fast. I want to thank you because a lot of people I seen on Facebook going like, oh, you know, the owner of the Orlando Predators, Nate Starling, the owner of the Orlando Predators, Nate. There is two owners of the Orlando Predators, John Chaney and Nate Starling. And let me tell you something. This man right here has done so much to bring the Predators back to the glory days. So whenever they say the owners of the Orlando Predators, and if they don't mention your name, that's just going to piss me off because you do so much for this team. I want you to know I and a lot of the other fans out there really appreciate it, and we notice it. You know,
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And I mean, you know, Nate's been a lifetime Predator fan and everything, and you know, like I'm trying to bring my business side of it into it, and try to look from the outside. You know, being that I coached for 28 years, but you know, I've been to so many Jacksonville Jaguar games, so many Jets games, and different things from around the NFL, so many Auburn football games, and tons of playoff championship games in college. So I'm trying to think and try to use, you know, what everybody enjoys and how they get pumped up. You know what I mean? And what makes them feel part of the family. You know what I mean? Because that's what I want. I want a Predator Nation I want the fans. I want everybody so close together. And when somebody badmouths anybody on the Predator, they want to kick their ass.
Right, exactly. And I'm not taking nothing away from Nate Starling.
No, we're good,
2019, Nate was on board bringing the Predators back. And, man, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to lie. And when I say this, it's from the heart. If you didn't come on board in the 2021 season, I don't know if there would have been a or you came into 2020 season with the COVID. And then after that I mean, you've done so much, and I really appreciate it. And I just wanted to tell Predator fans, if you didn't realize that, and you see him down on the field rocking out and bringing these bands in, I mean, you're doing what.
Me and Nate, we have an agreement that, we'll never make a decision without the other one agreeing upon it, and that's what we do. Every decision that we make together. We talk about it. We try to figure out what's the best. Sometimes you think something's better, but then when you sit down and look at the whole overall picture for the league, for us as a going forward, for not just for this season, for long term.
Sure,
you know what
absolutely.
I mean? My whole look, I can tell you this. I'm not going to worry about this season only. My whole goal is to worry about where are we going to be in 2, 3, 4, 5. And some of the things that have been done in the past, I'll be honest with you, is why they're not here anymore.
Right.
And I mean, some of the things we do, some things people are going to say, what the hell did they do that for? Well, that's why the other owners aren't here anymore. And so I'm going to try to do the best experience for the fans, the most fun. You know what I mean? Because if anybody knows me, they calls me Crazy John. And the reason is I like to have fun.
Sure.
I want to have fun in anything I do. If it's boring to me, I don't want to do it. I don't even want to be around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it's exciting, it's fun, and everybody's enjoying themselves, and the more people, the merrier for me too. Like I rather have fun with 10,000 people than 200 people. And I know a lot of people, they'll say, they rather have 100 people compared to 5. I'm talking thousands. So, and I want to bring everything back for our fans' enjoyment. Everything we do will be for their enjoyment. And here at PR Tacos, right, when they're getting it all painted black, the whole outside.
Yeah.
Our big logo is going on the side of the building over the next couple weeks.
Is that what you guys were talking about earlier?
Yes, we were out there. Yep.
That's awesome.
Putting a big P on the outside of the thing. And then when our schedule does come out, we're putting a big banner up on the side of the building with our schedule every season.
That's fantastic. That's great.
Yeah, so, and then if I ever forget, right, to mention it, every time we have a game, our tickets, you can come down here for, we'll announce it. Whatever we announce for the first game is what we do for the whole season. And if anybody forgets to announce it during the game, that's what it is. It's half right. You bring your tickets here, whatever it is, whether it be a shot or half off, whatever we can do. That's what we're going to do. PR Tacos is our home base.
PR Tacos Palace and Margarita Bar.
Margarita Bar. And I can't see Margarita, I hate to tell you. I always say Margaritaville. And there's a reason, but that's why I let Pat say that one all the time, because I'm going to mess it up.
And I don't mind saying it. I like it. Because my wife is a margarita drinker.
There you go.
She's not here tonight, but she was here last week, and she had a couple of the margaritas, and she loved that.
Before we get to that, you know what we forgot to talk about that me and you were going to mention? Okay, right?
Yeah.
So we got some NAL. What happens at the end of the year is they have awards for certain things. So me and Pat were discussing, right? We're discussing some things, right?
Yes, we were.
We were talking about, let's go to the simple ones. The mascot of the year.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Right?
Hands down, Claw. That's my pick.
Yeah.
Mascot of the year. And I'm not saying a bias because Orlando Predators and Claw, but
it's an ever. It's a forever. It's okay. So there's two things that the Orlando Predators should almost be impossible to lose. One is the Claw, and two is our dance team. Those two things are almost impossible to beat in Orlando.
You can't beat that.
Yes, Jacksonville has the shark guy, right?
Chum. His name's Chum.
Yeah, and then Albany has those two boxes, the two guys, they're muscle bound. I forget their names.
They're like,
and I'm sorry, but I'm going to
Roman
make sure I
warriors.
know every mascot next year, just in case it ever comes up again. But yeah, Claw, he's just it's just insane.
Columbus has a lion, I think.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Columbus has a lion. Yep. Columbus don't have dancers. You know.
Yeah. Oh, is it the Cowboy Light? Who is that? The Gunslingers?
San Antonio guy. Yep. The big hat. Yeah. But the Claw's been here forever. But our dancers, forget it. Like you can't even question it.
Oh,
You just
Mac and Jack is Albany.
Matt and Jack.
Yeah, because Laura Constantini is watching tonight. Laura,
Thanks, Laura.
if you
Thanks
didn't
for telling us about it.
We were just boosting you guys up for the dance team, saying that you guys should win again this year.
Our Predator Prowler dancers, they can't even. It's a joke if we don't win every year.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
Because of Laura and what she does.
Without a doubt. And we've seen what she can do with you and Nate. The last show we seen you guys when you were up in Albany.
Yeah, if she can get me and Nate to
number.
do a thing up in Albany, she can get anybody to do it. Get these 20-year-old girls to do whatever, right? Oh, that's right. Congratulations. I saw it on Facebook. I gave you a like on it.
It was
I try not to post stuff.
Wasn't it? Like a Dancing with the Stars kind of thing?
Yep, she talked about how great the guy did and everything. Great job, Laura. And we talked about it. Like, she's a competitor. Like, she don't want to go anywhere and lose doing anything.
No.
And that's why we love her. Great job, Laura. All right, so the next thing that we talked about was MVP was
MVP of the season in the NAL as of right now, and I think these are just our opinions. These are our opinions.
Yeah,
nothing's been official yet.
Nothing.
We think Darius Prince, correct?
Yeah, I think Prince from Albany. I definitely would give it to him if that's my vote anyway. We'll see how the league vote comes out and everything, but. We're just talking about our picks.
Yeah, this is just our opinions.
This is our picks. Who? Oh, the Cobras.
Quarterback, Bain?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, he come back, they win the game. Yeah, without a doubt, Bain did a great job. For Carolina, coming back after he left and then came back, which was pretty awesome. And he did a great job.
Yeah. Without a doubt, he made it. He's going to be playing in the championship game.
And then we picked one more. We didn't go through everything. We're not going to go through the team and all that kind of stuff. But we picked one more, which was the
Defensive Player of the Year.
Defensive Player. Now, to be honest with you, there's two. There's two that you could go with. Josh Jenkins.
Yep.
And then there was somebody that we didn't have for 3 games who still leads in interceptions, 10, when the season ended, before the playoffs. And he didn't play 3 games less than everybody else and only had about, 8 tackles or 12 tackles less.
And still led the league.
And that was Randall.
Yeah.
That was Randall.
Devin Randall.
And another thing that stats-wise, Josh played 3 less games than everybody else, which he was second on one and third on another on the leaderboard, only because they played 2 extra games. Okay. Also, Randall, that means Randall played 5 less games than some of them because he wasn't here for 3 of our games. And 2 that they played extra. So 5 games, some of them had the lead over him, and he still had 10 interceptions.
He still had 10, yeah. He's just amazing. Amazing player.
Those are our 2 picks for the defensive players. We're being a little biased, but we're allowed to be because it's our show.
Well, yeah, we can do that.
We can do whatever we want.
We can pick whoever we want, say whoever we want.
That's
but we did go with Darius Prince. We did say Prince.
Yes, yeah. It's our pick.
Well, let me be. So we weren't that biased.
And so one last time before we switch over to the NFL is we really want you to watch the Carolina game against the Albany team.
Empire.
It's at 7 o'clock Saturday night in 2 weeks. You know, not this Saturday. They're all getting ready for it. You know, they're setting up all the outside stuff that they do and everything. Takes a week and a half, and then they'll play that Saturday.
Plus,
hopefully it's a great game. Thank you for
a week to let some of their players heal up, too.
Yeah, hopefully they can get some boo-boos healed.
Yeah.
But we're going to go to a commercial. Pick. If everything goes like they both play the way they could or should play, I'm going to go again with Albany because Darius Prince is just amazing, and if they throw it to him, but you know, I'd 1.5 cover him if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to pick the Albany Empire to win again, and because I know Nate is part owner of the Empire, but I got a soft spot for DJ Myers.
We love DJ.
So I'm going to pick the Carolina Cobras with Bain and DJ Myers, and I think there's going to be a connection right there that's going to win the game. It's going to be a tight game, but I think Bain to DJ Myers is going to win the game.
There you go. There's our predictions, and we'll send it to commercial, come back and talk a little bit about the Hall of Fame game.
I had to say that. Jacksonville.
No, it is in Canton.
It's in Canton. Yeah.
I thought I was having a brain freeze.
So there's no home field advantage for either team.
So we're back again. So we're talking about the Hall of Fame game. Mics were live. Sorry about that. I didn't think about it. But long story short, Tony Baselli, one of my favorite. That guy, left tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I saw him play every game, and he was friggin' amazing. You know, somebody pissed him off one time at the 20-yard line. So the next play, he drove him from the 20 till he hit the back wall. And when he hit the back wall, he, of course, got the flag. But he was amazing. And now you can ask anybody who played on the defense on the right tackle or right end coming in on a pass rush. Tony Baselli was phenomenal. His career ended because he had an injury, you know, and then they, of course, with the new league, and they didn't protect him, and they took him, and then he came back and retired as a Jaguar. It was pretty amazing because I got his signed jersey up on my ceiling. He is one of my favorite O-linemen ever, and you can ask anybody that played against him. By far.
Oh, he had a Hall of Fame career, apparently, right?
Yes, and it did take him a while, and the reason it took him this long to get into the Hall of Fame is because how short his career was. You know what I mean? You got guys that have been playing a long time, but he's just anybody that played against him, you could ask him. He was one of the best ever.
He was the Jaguars' #1 pick, right?
Yes, he was the first pick ever for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And, and from that day on, he showed why.
Exactly, yeah. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. So now, the game's going to be Jacksonville against the Raiders, and I see Milton, of course, is a huge Raiders fan. So he's going, go Raiders.
You got some go Raiders on there, huh?
Yeah, so, Milton Magic, Staten is like, go Raiders, so.
So the Jaguars had the #1 draft choice again. They had the #1 last year.
And they picked Trevor Lawrence,
the quarterback, right? And then this year they took Trayvon Walker. Now, he's an edge rusher from Georgia. My daughter went to Auburn, so I went to every Auburn home game and watched him play. He was freaking phenomenal coming off the edge. You couldn't stop him. And I love that pick, to be honest with you. I was hoping they take him. He's going to just step it up to the next level and slow down the other team from scoring.
The Jags had 2 first-round picks. They had the number 1 pick, and then they had the 20th overall pick, right?
Yep.
Which they picked Devin Lloyd as a linebacker from Utah.
Yeah, linebacker. They wanted to really beef up the defense. You know what I mean? They needed to slow people down, and he was a great pick. Even though that we need some O-linemen, I feel like linemen is a big thing for us to make sure Trevor gets a little blocking down. So number 3, go ahead.
Number 3 was the third round. They got the 65th overall pick. Was left offensive lineman from Kentucky, Luke Fortner.
Yeah, I don't know how to say Fortner. From Kentucky. But yeah, these guys that they picked up in the first couple rounds there, their overall pick, I want to tell you something. They got two in the third round, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Okay, phenomenal picking.
They got 2.
Yeah, yep, in round 2 also. But they got an A- in their rating for their pick, which is freaking awesome.
That is.
Get an A.
I mean, really, you get an A.
Yeah, when I got an A in school, I was happier than pig and shit.
It could be an A- or an A. Hey,
A-, A+, it didn't matter. It was an A, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I think the Jaguars, they picked up another linebacker in the 3rd round. They took a running back in the 5th round, cornerback. They really tried to beef up the defense. So I think they're going to be good because they got some guys coming back that were injured, and they made trades anyway.
Yeah, they made some good trades.
Yeah, sideways trades.
And just to get off of it, now for a second, John, are you a Jacksonville Jaguars fan?
Well, actually, I was a Dallas fan growing up all my life. My dad, he was a Army guy, so Staubach, being a military guy.
Navy.
Navy, being military. We like Dallas, and I lived in Jersey, and of course, all the Giant fans, I piss them off all the time, being that. But then I moved down here, okay, and it's funny because the AFC was a little different for me, and I liked it. So I put in for Jets tickets, not Giant tickets. I put in for Jets tickets, and moved here to Florida. And then over 20 years later, after when I moved down, I got Jaguar tickets when they started, and I've had them ever since. And then 20 years later, we get a letter that I finally got my Jets tickets. 20 years it took.
20 years
and
later.
Yeah, and then I got it, and then it was funny because Dylan was young. Our seats were so high that I thought I was watching a video game.
Sure.
The guys, they were this big. Like, you remember the old video games we used to play? The little things were that big. So, I sent an email, a letter. Dylan had asthma at the time. And I said, look, I don't mind being up at the top, but when you come out and you got to walk straight up, they took people out in ambulance before the game started. Because how far up it was.
And
that was before they built the new giant Jet Stadium, up there at the Meadowlands. So long story short, the guy said, send them back to me. I'll take care of you. So I sent them the tickets. I was 13 rows off the field from that point on.
Ooh.
I got the tickets. I was like, what?
Row 13?
And I type it in. I go, wait a minute. And I've had them ever since, and I'll never let them go. I give them to my nephew, buys them for me. He gives me for the season, and then anyone I want to go, I buy back.
Yes, those are great.
Yeah,
seats.
so I have season tickets for the Jaguars, season tickets for the Jets, and I used to have season tickets for the Auburn Tigers.
So wow.
So
you are
I like
a football guy.
Oh yeah, I'm football.
The reason I was asking that there is because you root for the Jaguars. I'm a Dolphins fan.
My brother is,
and my younger brother is a Buccaneers fan, and we got some Predator fans that are huge Buccaneer fans. One's Joy's over in Tampa right now for their training camp. She got the passes where she's down there on the field in the tents and this and that for the Buccaneers.
So my brother, my son Dylan, he's a Jaguar nut. So he has every autograph on every football, every jersey, every helmet from anybody that's anything on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
So actually, I should have gave you the video, John, to put on. Him and his wife are on a video where they come up and they go through the crowd, and the crowd spreads out, and they're holding the signs, yelling. It was crazy. But he's a Jacksonville, but he's an NFL nut. Like, he knows everything about every player from every division of every team. He's very knowledgeable.
Yeah, we got people going in there. Tom Traver goes Steelers all day.
You got
Lisa
Steelers
Wetzel from Prep Nation, Saints.
So the Jags play the Steelers in the preseason August 20th.
Yeah.
By the way, at Jacksonville.
In Jacksonville.
So depending if we have extra tickets, if you wanna glom some Steeler tickets, we'll see what we got.
Hey, you never know. Hey, Tom Traver, you hear that?
Colts. They play the Colts during the season, and of course, when the Jaguars play the Colts hate it. Sabrina's boyfriend's a Colts fan, and he went to the game and he was crying the whole time. The Colts, some reason, always get their ass kicked by the Jaguars, no matter how good they are.
That's just like Miami against New England. How many games now has it been that the Dolphins have kicked New England's ass?
Yeah.
They got their number. Their first home game, Jaguars' first home game is what, on September 11th?
Yep, September 11th. They're playing the new name,
Washington Commanders.
The Commanders, the Washington, which actually Coach Higgs has season tickets front row up in Washington.
Yeah.
And actually the Jaguars are going up there to play there. I forget the date, but I told him I have to look.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook. I think he's selling them because he can't make it or something.
Yeah. Yep, whatever.
That'd be a hell of a game right there.
The Raiders, who's their first home game?
Their first home game is against the Los Angeles Chargers.
The Chargers.
That's going to be a good game right there too. Chargers have really stepped up their game the last few years, and they're building and building and building. They're going to be a team to reckon with this year too, I think. There's
going to be a couple sleeper teams that got some really good draft choices. I think the Jaguars getting an A will maybe step up, you know what I mean? But we've been down. Hey, the only place we can go is up, right?
That's right. Yeah, right. You know who? No. I know you're a Jaguars fan and a Jets fan, but who do you think made
I'm a football fan.
Okay. That being said, who do you think made the best free agent trade this season?
In the off season.
Yeah.
Ooh. I want to be honest. I'd have to really I'm just ending Predator season.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think it is?
Tyreek Hill with the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
I think that was a big surprise to a lot of people that Tyreek Hill left Kansas City, where he won a ring, and he's got what's his name?
See, this is where my son would work out, where
Chiefs.
He would tell us everyone for every team, not just our teams. Right now, I'm not.
Patrick Mahomes. That's it. I don't know why I'm just. The name slipped me.
So I can't answer the question because I don't know every pick throughout the league, and for me to answer that question, I want to know everyone.
Yeah.
I want to know who went where, everything, which I am now looking at, but I don't know them all. So I'm not going to. Maybe in 2 weeks from now, I'll give you my answer.
You know what? That will be a question in a couple of weeks
there
after preseason. Because
because now I'm switching gears. I'm switching gears and getting into the NFL. And the reason we're talking about this game is because my man Tony Baselli made the Hall of Fame finally, and now the game is there. 16 years.
That's a long.
That's a long.
That's
time.
a long career in the NFL.
Especially, here's what sucks when they throw your name in there.
16 years
on the ballot.
Yeah,
they throw your name in there next year. Oh, they throw your name in. You know what? It's funny because I was talking to Laura's dad, and he goes, "What am I going to do? Stay home and watch soap operas?" And that brought it to my mind, that 16-year thing, because there was some lady who was on a soap opera for like 30 years. Her name kept coming up, and she never won. Finally, she won it like 30 years later. But that's the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember who she was.
I know who
I
it
can
is.
see her.
Yeah,
I can see her, but
the name is right there.
Laura's laughing right now. I know she is.
I know she is. Yeah.
But to see, now after all that time, he finally made it, and it's going to be awesome. Let's switch gears. Let's go to the Raiders. I know you got somebody there that's very excited about the Raiders.
Yeah.
Ask him if he's he's going to hear me. Are you excited about your first pick? I mean, your first pick was pick number 26. It says in the third round.
The Raiders, they didn't get a draft pick until the third round because they did all this moving and shaking and jiving.
I'm a little confused because I'm reading some things that we printed out, because we're just starting. But Perriam, he's a blocking tight end. I mean, I don't know much about the Raiders now that they moved out there.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to ask them, how do they feel about their picks overall?
So there's the question for you, Magic. What do you think about the Raiders draft picks?
They got so they got round 3, round 4, 2 of them in round 4, 1 in round 5, 1 in round 7. They got a guard, a running back, defensive tackle, and offensive tackle. So being that you're a Raider fan, why don't you ask through your little texting there, are you happy with your picks?
Yeah. So
we can work with you.
Exactly. So Magic, I know you're still watching, and hopefully you feel better anyhow by just watching the show tonight. What do you think about the Raiders' chances against the Jaguars this Thursday? This Thursday night. That's only in a couple of days.
I know. I love it that it's this Thursday.
Yeah, and it's like, he says so. So he's like, so. So
if you text the grade, so to me is like C, maybe, right? That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. C, maybe.
No, it's so.
So the line's what? What's the line? 2.5?
Line's 1.5.
Oh, it dropped down again.
Yeah, 1.5.
The line's
Raiders,
1.5.
right?
Jacksonville minus 1.5. I'm gonna actually take.
LA's 1.5.
Yeah, the Jags are.
No, LA, LV, Las Vegas.
Yes, Vegas.
Not LA.
But I'm going to take the Jags.
Las Vegas.
I'm going to take the Jags getting a 1.5. That's going to be my pick for this game, Hall of Fame game on Thursday night.
James Winsel says Raiders by 14.
Raiders by 14.
Yeah. And
the man.
Magic says,
Hey, we'll put your name out there because if you locked like that,
James Wetzel.
Hey, we may use your name a lot on the show because people want to call in and say, what'd you say? What number? What's the line?
What's the line? Well, that's Lisa's husband, James Wetzel. Pred Nation. You know who he is. When you see him, you know who he is. So.
I know who he is.
Yeah, you know who he is. So he's picking the Raiders by 14.
There you go. That's a good one. All right.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, so I'll be watching that game because it's Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
So who else?
I think Jacksonville's going to win.
There you go. Me too. I think
Jacksonville's going to win.
You're gonna see some new talent, and they're gonna want to showcase it. But here's what I want to tell you about preseason. we're gonna get quarter, maybe 2 drives to know how who beat who. After that, you got all the backups because when it's 1.5, the first preseason of the game, you can pick anybody you want. You know what I mean? It's 50-50.
Somebody else said in here. I mean, I agree with you. On a preseason game, it's like
first preseason.
Yeah, the first preseason game is.
They're only going to be in there a little bit. They're done.
But somebody says here also about. I asked you about off-season trades. Julio Jones to the Bucks.
Oh,
that just happened the other day. That's pretty big.
That's
right
a good
there.
One.
That's another big one right there. Mike Toole apparently doesn't care about Brady. He says.
What's the over-under with 33.5? 33.5. So,
is that on the?
See, during the season, you're going to see that change a lot. Over and unders are a lot higher during the season. But I know for the Hall of Fame game, there's not a lot of points scored in over the last umpteen years of the Hall of Fame game. I think that number right there, you're talking between 30, like maybe 30 and 35 points is the average score of all the Hall of Fame games that have played in a long time.
Yeah.
And it's because they take out their starters.
Well, sure.
And they have to.
It's preseason.
Yeah,
they have to.
We've got to see who we want to cut. We want to see who sucks.
Exactly.
You know
who your starters are, so why jeopardize them? You want to see the guys that are just coming into camp, see what they can produce.
And remember, it's not those number 1 picks. That's not what
those
we're
guys
talking
already
about.
signed a contract.
It's that 4th round guy that they brought in that they're hoping's something, or that 3rd round guy that turns out to be who?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. You get what I mean?
The 199th pick in the draft, right? You
3rd round.
know. You just never know.
And things like that. That's what they're hoping to see, that they got that diamond in the rough, and they can get rid of other guys. And they're not worried about their number 1 picks.
No. That's what preseason's all about.
Yep.
That's what preseason's all about.
So over and under, I am actually going to take the over. Jags
I'm going to pick the under. I'm going to pick the under.
All right, Jags in the over.
Be under. Yeah.
Yep. No, he's picking the Jags in the under. I'm taking the Jags in the over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
Raiders.
And in the NAL, back to the NAL, you're picking Albany and I'm picking Carolina.
There you go. And I'm picking over 33 in that game.
Ooh, yeah, me too. Yeah, without a doubt.
That's the first quarter.
I'm picking over 70.
Yeah. So what's the over and under? I'll put it out there. I'm gonna say it's going to be over 100.
Yeah, I
over
agree.
and under.
Yeah, I agree.
50. That's 50 points apiece.
These are some high-scoring offenses in this championship game. So
over and under.
I agree. You think
so? We're going to put the over. Hey, we're going. So wait, we got to set it. We got to set the over and under. It's 75. So if the over and under is 75, I'm taking the over.
Over, without a doubt. Shoot.
Over 75.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what. It's all.
Hey, remember, this is a championship game now.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, thank you for coming to PR Tacos Palace and
Margarita Bar
here for Cycle Fever, for what, as you guys see right here, doing our stuff and live streaming us, and we'll be back in the third Monday of the month. The first and third Monday, we'll come here, talk about NFL, college, whatever we feel like talking about.
Yeah. Hey, I want to thank Herky Walls for coming on tonight.
Yeah, Herky Walls is here.
I want to thank Herky Walls for coming on the show tonight.
And that's what's going to happen during the off season. We're going to have all kinds of people come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we'll have a player stop by. We'll have dancers stop by, and we'll make it fun and talk about football.
Without a doubt. Absolutely.
All right. So thanks again from Cycle Fever TV and PR Tacos, and we'll catch you next time.
Go Preds.
Let's go!